life to continue on Earth, a process called photosynthesis. All plants do photosynthesis, and the basics of it is it requires three things. It requires energy from the sun, it requires water, otherwise H2O, from the soil, and it also needs to take in carbon dioxide. Those are the only three things that the plant actually needs. Now what photosynthesis creates is something really cool. Plants can do this what animal cells cannot. They can make their own food, and that food is glucose. Now, glucose is just the fancy word for sugar. And just like carbon dioxide and water have chemical formulas, we can write glucose as C6, meaning there's 6 carbon atoms, H12, 12 hydrogen atoms, and 6 oxygen molecules. Now, a big misconception is that photosynthesis produces energy for the plant. That's just not true. Remember, this takes place, or photosynthesis takes place, in the chloroplast. Photosynthesis only creates food for the plant, it does not break it down. So, because we're getting into a little bit of chemistry, there's a really easy formula to remember for photosynthesis. The photosynthesis equation requires 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, requires 6 molecules of H2O, which is just water, requires sunlight, and as a result, the product is the food, the sugar known as glucose, and as a byproduct is something very useful for humans and animals all alike, is O2, and this is just oxygen. This is the oxygen that we breathe. Okay, so let's review. Where does photosynthesis take place? In the chloroplast. What does photosynthesis create? It creates glucose, which is C6H12O6. Also, as a byproduct, it creates oxygen gas, which again, us as humans and animals breathe in. Remember, we had talked about products and reactants. So here we have the photosynthetic equation. The reactants are everything on the left-hand side. So we have 6 molecules of carbon dioxide mixing with 6 water molecules in the presence of sunlight. And the products will be glucose, C6H12O6, and oxygen gas. Now, while looking at the equation, it's easy to think that I have 2 molecules turning into completely different molecules. And although that's true, we still have the same number of atoms on each side. And what I mean by that is this. If I take a look at my carbon right here, where does my carbon go? On the right hand equation, my carbon for my carbon dioxide is actually just used, chopped up and rearranged, to put the carbon in my glucose. Same thing with my hydrogen. My hydrogen splits from my water, gets chopped up, rearranged, and adds into my glucose as well. So a lot of students really get thrown off where do these atoms go? All it is they are broken apart and rearranged to make something larger. Kind of like Legos. I had 2 large Lego sets. I broke them apart to make a totally different structure.